Oh my god, I knew it. I don't know how, so don't ask, but I knew it. And he's back as a furry. God, why? Never mind. A lot has happened in the latest episodes. Zone is now fully occupied by Piltover. They forced their rule on them and installed checkpoints to restrict their movement and turned their lives into hell in hopes they'd get angry enough at Jinx to hand her over, and it all looks very familiar. And it also unsurprisingly didn't work, and Jinx gained quite a following after her stunt, much to the Enforcers' dismay, who've been arresting them left and right with the help of the Noxians. And unlike the Enforcers, the Noxians are much more competent, and therefore they're a bigger problem than the Enforcers ever were.
You have Jinx to thank for this. She is not your champion. She hides while you suffer.
Because of you! You're the one who's making them suffer, not Jinx. They're not stupid to not realize this. But surprisingly, Caitlyn thinks that maybe they've gone too far and that Ambessa might be a little bit unhinged. Maybe now that she's done grieving, she started to realize she might have made a mistake. And Maddie supports her either way. And I know she made people mad, but I'm not one of them cause I don't care about Kate and Vi's relationship. That was a lie. I was lying. I do care, and this was my reaction.
Oh my god! Oh jeez, oh my god!
But I don't blame Maddie. She did nothing wrong. Well, except the fact she's actively participating in the occupation and oppression of an entire nation. But other than that, she did nothing wrong. And who can blame her? So good for her. Anyway, we have Sevika who wants Jinx to get out of her bunker and show up at a rally she's organizing, because she can actually unite all of Zone since they all see her as a symbol.
You want a symbol?
Okay, that was funny. And it's not that she doesn't want to, it's that she has Isha to protect now, and she's worried she might make things worse if she did start a revolution. But they don't need her presence, just the idea of Jinx, which is why Isha alone managed to unite people at the rally. But that didn't last cause the Enforcer showed up and arrested everyone and sent them to prison, which has enough room for all of them. If they spent more time building the Undercity instead of prisons, we wouldn't be here right now. But I digress. Sevika managed to escape, but they got Isha, so they went to bust everyone out. They succeeded, but they were caught, and luckily for them, Singed has summoned his secret weapon, Vander, who's unrecognizable to say the least and is trying to kill them. Sevika took Isha while Jinx stayed to deal with him, and when she pulled one of her bombs to kill him, he recognized her and called her by her old name. He then went to hide in the old mines where he used to work, and Jinx went to ask Vi for help, who's now into wrestling and My Chemical Romance, and Loris is also with her as a coach, I guess. He didn't show up for very long, but Jinx asked for her help with their dead father, so of course she didn't believe her, but relented anyway, and they came across Vander and Silco's old office at the mine. And they found a message from Vander to Selko where he apologized for what he did to him. And while we were shown that in Season 1, we were never shown why, other than their different opinions on a war with Piltover, but that can't be why he almost killed him. And from the jumbled up memories he was seeing, I think Selko was the one who instigated the attack that led to the death of Vi and Jinx's parents. And that's what got him to snap and almost kill him. He later regretted what he did, and I'm sure that even if they did nothing, the Enforcers would have attacked them anyway or put them in prison for daring to demand to be treated as people. But anyway, it was really sweet when they hugged him like they're one big happy family once again. But they still need to turn him back, so they go to Victor, who started a commune with the people he healed, and not just that, he apparently can enter this dimension where he can learn about everyone and everything through the Arcane, along with Sky, who is actually alive. In that dimension at least. and their commune seems to be perfect. Everyone is happy, working together, they have everything they need and actual plant life, and everyone is safe. Almost like a utopia, except they all seem to be operating in a hive mind and they're no longer themselves once Victor heals them. Like they're no longer fully human. I don't think he was doing it on purpose, but regardless, they paid a hefty price for this utopia. Maybe because there is no such thing as a utopia. For humans are not perfect, and he learned that when Jace killed him. And geez, what happened in there to make him kill his best friend, whom he spent a long time trying to save in the first act? And does that mean that Echo and Heimerdinger are in a bad state there as well? However, I think there is a chance Victor might end up like Sky, so I'm clinging to it. Now I guess I'll talk about Caitlyn, who started to question Ambissa's ways more now, and thinks that she's too violent for her taste. But at the same time, she still arrested everyone for questioning, per her suggestion, and she was appalled, to say the least, by Singed and Vander's attack. And she was surprised because she thought they were close to achieving peace with Zon. And is she high? Does she actually think that by choking the Zonites further than they did before, by arresting them for dyeing their hair blue, by kidnapping them and torturing them for information they don't have, they'd be more willing to not kill every single one of you privileged fucks? Yeah, that checks out. At least she wasn't willing to torture an old man, but that's not saying much. I did, however, like Singed's conversation with Ambissa and with Victor especially. It was almost philosophical, like in Castlevania. And about Singed, we found out that he's been trying to bring his daughter back to life, which explains a lot about his behavior. But what matters now is that he led Ambissa and Caitlyn to Vander, while Victor was trying to heal him, and Vi stumbled upon Caitlyn.
Your hair. You look like an angry oil slick.
You know you like it. She tells her about her father and she surprisingly helps her save him, because I guess she has a good heart deep down. But since it's Vi we're talking about, I can't help but feel like her kindness is selective. But it was short-lived anyway, because Rictus caught her and tried to kill her for her betrayal. Jinx tried to stop him but failed, so Vander stopped him. But after Victor died, he went completely feral and ripped him apart, and Ambissa, saddened by her loyal companion's murder, attacks them with her army, and during the commotion, Isha decides to take Jinx's gun and power it up to shoot Vander, while killing her in the process, sacrificing herself to save them. She didn't deserve to go so soon, and Jinx had to see her little sister die, but that was very noble of her. R.I.P. little kid. And I can't be sure Vander died since he can regenerate very fast, so there is a chance he's still alive. And now I'll talk about Mel, who was kidnapped in the first act, but I thought they just wanted her to join them against her mother. But apparently they wanted her because she inherited something they seek. They also called her sister, so there's something fishy going on, to say the least. But I guess I'll have to wait till next week to find out. Hopefully. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.